Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbana zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So I hope you all are doing well. Let's start from the question that we had on our chat group. So it was brought to my attention that I have added Hud alayhi salam as non-Arab prophet. Yes, according to our book, that we are following, it is among the Arab prophets, and I just removed it to avoid any confusion, just to let everyone know there are many resources that do call Hud alayhi salam as an Ajami, like, they treat this as an Ujma name, like, non-Arab name. So keep that in mind. If you come across a book that says that, don't be confused, but for now we will treat him as an Arab name as it is according to the book that we are following. It does not change anything in as far as our level of Iman goes. So if there are some differences in opinion, we will keep those in mind for our future studies, because there may be a concept that is taught. However, there may be some exceptions or variations found elsewhere. So keep that in mind. This is how a good student approaches his studies with openness. And, they know that, there can be some variations, there can be some exceptions. So with that, let's start with our review of flexibility. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I hope you all were able to finish your homework. Were you? I see 9 sisters, and so yes, Wafiza Malik is saying that she was able to finish it. So just make sure whatever is assigned, it's not too much to keep everything easy. So that you can spend more time on memorizing the new concepts. So I just don't want to overwhelm you with a lot of homework, but still, whatever is assigned, kindly try to finish it. So let's just go, start our review. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So true or false? Light and heavy is irrelevant if a word has al. Is it true or false? True. Very well done. So if a word has al, you are not going to worry about light and heavy. 4 reasons for a word to be light. 4 reasons for a word to be light. And I'm still showing you my screen. Let me change my screen. Who is going to tell me the 4 reasons for a word to be light? Yes, the light word does not have any noon, but why a word would be light? Yes, Mariam, when you call someone, the one being called is made light. For example, if Muhammad alayhi salam, wherever he was being addressed, he will be Ya Muhammadu, right? Mudada, La Nafia, very well done, Nujahan. The possessed, very well done. And those words that are partly flexible are going to be always light. So just to make your job little easy, so that you all know, and this is just, it's so easy for you all. I have just, I'm showing you this mnemonic, CCMP. C, the first C stands for one being called. The next C stands for categorical negation, which is in Arabic, la nafiyatu lil jins. La nafiyatu lil jins. A word of ism of la nafiyatu lil jins is going to be light. Mudaf, which is word before of, or which is the one that is possessed, is going to be light. So it is, the M stands for mudaf. In Arabic, the one that is possessed is called mudaf. So that is going to be light. And your partly flexible isms like Ibrahim, Ismail, your a word like Makkah, Yathrib, Jahannam, Yusuf, all your partly flexibles are always going to be light. So partly flexible isms is denoted by the P of the mnemonic. So what is the mnemonic for a word when you have to know that why is my word going to be light? Which mnemonic are you going to remember? CCMP. CCMP. C stands for one being called. The first C is for one being called. The second C is for categorical negation. The M stands for mudaf, which is the one possessed. So in Kitabullahi, kitab is light because it is mudaf. It is one that is possessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has this book. And then the last one is all your partly flexible isms, because your partly flexible isms cannot take, what cannot they take? They cannot take kasra or tanween. Very well done. And you will learn something about the kasra business, but they will never ever take tanween. Keep that in mind. So true or false? Based on flexibility, words can be divided in 3 categories. True or false? True. Okay. What are those 3 categories? Based on flexibility. Everyone type. You can use abbreviations just as Sister Aisha has done. Yes, very well done, Alina. Very well done, Aisha, Maryam. Everyone, please. Yes, very well done. Okay. 3 types of word according to flexibility are, you already have typed it, so we are good there. So now, true or false? Word that is partly flexible shows its status in 3 ways. Is it true or false? False. How many ways? Very well done, Alina. Very well done. So it is only 2 ways that it can show its status. When it is jar in status, what haraka will it take? Very well done, Maryam. Hina, very well done. So proud of you all. Okay. Can partly flexible word take kasra? It can. Maryam, it can. Yes, Ranaz. Very well done, Aisha. What are the conditions? What were the conditions you were taught during your previous session? If your word has al, if your word has al, it is going to take, it can take kasra. Remember? And if your word is before of, it can take kasra. Very well done, Ranaz. Word before of, if it is mudaf, it can take kasra. If it has al, it can take kasra. Remember those 2 terms. So if it has al, it will take kasra. Okay. And we will see how it plays out. And when we will go to our reference surah, Suratul Fatiha. It's okay. You are here to learn. And you learn the most by making mistakes, Maryam. So learn to make them so that, always remember, you will learn mostly from your mistakes. When you do a question right, it does not teach you as much as a wrong answer teaches you, because it makes you humble as well, inshallah. So true or false? Now, partly flexible words take tanween. Again, this is, we have done it, but, just so that this is, engraved in everyone's mind. Never take tanween. Never. I love this word, never, Aisha. This is how I want each and every one of you to learn, that you're partly flexible will never take tanween. Okay. Okay. So, okay. So 2 reasons during a previous session, I taught you only 2 reasons. There are many other, but you have been taught 2 reasons for a word to be partly flexible. The one was if there is a proper name that is more than 3 letters and it is Arab name, then it is going to be partly flexible. Okay. Names that end in alif noon. Names that end in alif noon. And this alif noon is in addition to the root letter. Can someone give me an example of name ending with alif noon? Right, everyone. Usman, Imran. And Imran is used in Quran. So Ayan, yeah, you can say, but it's Suleiman. Yes, Suleiman. Lukman, right? So you have three letters before your alif noon. Can everyone appreciate in Imran? What are the three root letters? What do you think are three root letters? I know it's hard to now type, Ain, Mim, Ra, right? Alina and Mariam, very well done. And Hina, Ain, Mim, Ra are the root letters, and alif noon was in addition. Ziyad, your word is ziyadatul alif wan noon. Ziyada means what? Ziyada, what does ziyada mean? More, very well done. And you use it in Urdu as well, right? So ziyada is more, additional, right? So this alif noon was additional. Umar is where this, what are the root letters? The root letters are Ain, Mim, Ra. Okay, and this alif noon was in addition. So here you found your additional alif noon, and you are going to call it your partly flexible name. Okay, and any other example for proper names that is without alif noon, but we learned during our last session? Does anyone remember? What were those non-Arab names that were partly flexible? Who is fully flexible, dear? Who is fully flexible? Okay, you can say Uzair. Uzair is fully flexible. Remember, it was in your exceptions that Uzair is a non-Arab prophet, but the name is fully flexible. And that, that's totally fine. We are still in a learning process, right? So Uzair is an exception. It's a non-Arab name, but it is fully flexible. Shoaib is a fully flexible name, right? So now tell me the names that are partly flexible. Think about, there's a woman in Quran, and you have a classmate, Maryam, very well done. Yes. So, and then there is a prophet who is known for his beauty and his modesty. Yusuf, very well done. Yes, don't forget these two names, okay? Inshallah, they will be very helpful. So, yes, Sister Nuja. So then if you have a place, when it comes to a place, Jahannam is a proper name of hellfire. So Jahannam, you will encounter Jahannam time and again. So do not forget, because it's a proper name of a place, because it is not any fire. It is talking about hellfire. It's a proper name. So keep that in mind, okay? Inshallah. So now the question is, Lut and Nuh alayhi salam are non-Arabs, okay? But they are fully flexible. Why? What do you think? Very well done, Ranaz. You are, barakallahu feek, mashallah, tabarakallahu, very well done. So proud of you, very proud of you. Three letters. Lut and Nuh both have three letters, and there's a sukoon on the middle letter. Three letter, and do not forget this sukoon business. Do not forget this sukoon business, because this sukoon is very important. If your name is a feminine name and it does not have a sukoon on it, then it will not be partly flexible. It's going to be it's not going to be fully flexible. It's going to be, partly flexible despite having three letters. So if there is a vowel on the middle letter, rule changes. The rule only applies when there are three letters with the sukoon on the middle letter. Is it clear or no? Three letters with the sukoon on the middle letter. Okay, so now let's do some practice now. So in the following verses, tell me the gender of the highlighted word. Naru. What is the gender? Hena, very well done. Why? What kind of a feminine it is? If it is feminine, what kind of feminine it is? Very well done. Bas, heard feminine. Samai, very well done. That is the answers that I was looking for. Barakallahu feek. So now, if it is, if you look at the word, the word is ending with which haraka? Dhamma. Very well done. The words that end with Dhamma, status-wise, the words that end with Dhamma, status-wise, they are rough. Is it rough here? Is it the doer or a subject? Subject. What's the status of the subject? What is the status of the subject? When you see a subject, what should be the status of the subject? And very well done, Sister Zuhra, it should be nasb status. It should be nasb status, right? But yes, there is an exception. This is an exception. Who is doing the, who is calling, who is saying, who is doing the work here? Qulna, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is a royal we that you can see. No, fire is not doing the work. Qulna, we said, Ya Naru, O fire, Kuni, you be burden, you be coolness, wasalaman, and be safety, aman for Ibrahim alayhi salam, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was calling fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using royal we for himself, and he is the doer of an action. He is calling fire, but this is an exception where when your word is munada, it ends with dhamma, though it is the subject. Okay, it is not the subject, it is the detail. It is a receiver of the action, right? Yes, yeah. When it is ya naru, so mudaf is nasb. When it is mudaf, then it is nasb. Here it is not mudaf. Here it is not mudaf. It is munada. Right? Yes, very well done, Alina. Yes, it is munada. So your munada, when it's a single word, like in case of naru, it is going to be dhamma. But in actuality, if I ask you, you are going to tell me, yes, it is ending with dhamma, but it is a receiver of action here. Ideally, in an ideal world, it should carry what haraka? In an ideal world, fatha. Very well done. Is it clear to everyone? It's an old concept if we have done, and we are just reviewing. Okay, so now go to this word ardu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, here the name is, the doer of an action is not mentioned because the passive is used. Ya ardu, ard. What do you think? What's gender? What kind of feminine? Biological? Real? By sign or heard? Very well done. Very well done. So it's bus. Very well done. So because Arab said so, because they were heard treating earth as feminine. So that is why you are treating it as feminine. Okay. So now, second question. You already, you already are clear what kind of feminine it is. Now, why is it light? Why is it light? Munada. Very well done. So it was the first C that you learned, right? It was the first CCMP, the one being called. It was your first C. So the one being called is going to be light. Okay, it will not carry the mean. Everyone with me so far? Type 1. Alhamdulillah. So now, when you see this word, so you figured out it's light because it's one being called. Same was the case with naru. It was light because it was one being called. It was also munada. It was the C, the first number one C that you did. Okay. Ya sama'u. So what's the gender of sama? Very well done. Alina, this is for you. Why I am not going to call it feminine by sign, though I do see alif mamduda here. What did we learn? Or anyone can answer actually. Sama'u. Yes, it is bas. Yes, you have to have 3 letters before your alif mamduda. Before your alif and hamza, there have to be how many letters? 3 letters. Remember the 3 letters that have to be before your alif mamduda and an alif maqsura. When we learned our gender, we learned that there have to be 3 letters before our alif mamduda and alif maqsura. However, here there are only 2. Everyone with me? Okay, so let's just go to our exercise that you were assigned as your homework. Surah. So light, heavy, not applicable. Light, heavy, not applicable. Light, right? Surah 2. Surah 2. Okay. Everyone, is it clear? Surah 2 is light. So now can I just ask you, why this word is light? What could be the reason? What are the 4 reasons? If you can just type the mnemonic CCMP, right? Yes, Rukhsana, very well done. It has one dhamma. It says, that is why I'm going to call it light. So what is it? One being called? Is surah is one being called? No, right? Number 2, is it categorical negation? Does it have la before it? La nafiyatul jins. So the other C is gone out the window. Everyone with me? Could it be mudaf? Could it be one possessed? Could it be M? Yes. Can you see the word after it? Suratul Fatihati. Can you see? Can you see the word after it has kasra, right? So we have not done that concept yet, but just it's coming. So I just wanted to make sure that if yes, Al-Fatiha is, yeah. So Al-Fatiha is possessing, it's the surah of Fatiha. Yes, it's a bad English, but there's sometimes things work like this in Arabic. You do not have an equivalent translation. So this is why Quran is only in Arabic. You can never do justice to the language of Quran, and you will never find translation for each and every letter in English whenever you will be learning or doing the translation of Quran. So keep that in mind. Yes, it is, the Fatiha, it's a kind of a, possessive relationship. So that is why it is going to be light. So, this is, sometimes how you go to the things, how you find out your answers, you figure out your answers by process of exclusion. So it is not being called, I just have to look in my mnemonic. I do not have to go elsewhere, right? Mudaf means the one that is possessed before of word. Remember, you did after of word, and your after of word is always blank in status. What is the status of after of word? It's always jar and sat. So very well done. So if when you have CCMP in your mind, the P stands for partly flexible, dear. The P of the CCMP mnemonic stands for partly flexible. Okay. So this surah is not a proper name, right? It's not a proper name. So you cannot say that it's partly flexible. No, it's not partly flexible. You will see suratun as well. Okay. It's fully flexible word. It is light because it is one possessed. Now, if you just use your process of exclusion, you will start finding your answers, inshallah. I'm telling you. And with lots and lots of practice, this is coming, inshallah. Al-Fatihati. We have not done that, dear Sister Anas. We are going to learn it today. So Al-Fatihati, let's just finish this review and then we'll go there, inshallah. So Al-Fatihati, NA, irrelevant. It's not applicable. So everyone, Hina, Nurjahan, not applicable. Everyone, NA is good, right? So we are going to answer here NA. Because why is it not applicable? Because of Al. Okay. Now go to Bismi. You have how many words? 1 word or 2 words? So when I am re-emphasizing every weekend, every session, when we are breaking these words apart, kindly please keep that in your mind as well. This is important. This is going to make a big difference, right? So keep that in mind. So Bismi, now your Bismi starts. Okay, so B is your harf. You are doing the properties of ism. You are not doing properties of harf, so you will skip that word. Okay, you will go to word ismi. Is it heavy or light? It's light, right? It's light. Is it one being called? Go to your, yes, very well done. So it is possessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Lafzul Jalala is right after it. That is why. So that is why it's light. It is light because it's one being possessed. So it is CCMP. So what will be your answer? It is light. Ism is light because mudaf, right? It's a mudaf, the one being possessed of your possessive relationship. So that is why the word ismi is going to be light. Can anyone try? And I think we may have done CCMP. We just did Hina in the beginning of our session. It's a mnemonic for why the word is light. And if I can request someone to just type what everything stands for, I will really appreciate. So calling someone, first C. Categorical negation, which is your la nafiyatul lil jins, like la raiba, that is your second C. Mudaf, the word before of, not after of. The word before of is always light. The P stands for partly flexible. My dear sisters, everyone try to join on time so that you do not miss anything, inshallah. So now, Ismi, can somebody who has never done grammar before, can someone try to answer this? Why is Ismi with kasra? What could be the reason? I need answer from a sister who has not done. No, look at, is there any preposition before it? There are three reasons for a word to be jar in status. Number one, that you cannot forget. Number one is if a word is follower is one of the reason, but before that, the first reason for a word to be jar in status, the first reason. What are the three reasons for the word to be jar in status? What are the three reasons? After all, very well done, Sabina. Very well done. If there's a preposition before the word can be jar in status. Number third is the follower. Yes, word can be the follower or some other word, and that can be the reason for a word to be jar in status. But number one reason, if a word is after off. Number two reason, if there is a preposition before it. In Arabic, harf we call preposition. It's, we can call, the English word harf can be preposition, right? So what do you think? Now think about it. Why is ismi jar in status? Is it because it is possessed, or no, it is not? We'll stick to the first one. We'll see what is before it. Okay, is it after all? Is it yes? Is it follower, or there's a preposition before it? There's a preposition in front of it, right? There's a preposition that is making ismi. Be is there that gave it a jar status. Let's go to there and then we'll find out. Because of B, ismi is jar in status, right? Okay, now we'll go to the next word, lafzul jalala. Lafzul jalala. What will you say here? Light, heavy, not applicable. Lafzul jalala, not applicable. We'll skip it. Now, look at this word. Lafzul jalala is also jar in status. What could be the reason now? What's the translation of ismillahi? No. Now think about ismillahi. Translate ismillahi. Name of Allah. Name of Allah. So Allah, lafzul jalala is after of. Yes, Sister Nazish. So name after of is going to be the name. If a word is after of, it's going to be jar in status. So here it is jar in status because it is after of. And you are going to learn this fragment very soon. You have been just doing properties of an ism. You are studying until today. You have been studying an individual ism. I think if we are able to finish it off in a manner that I wanted it to be, we will inshallah learn how to now join one word with another. Sister Alina, you will be learning it in no time. This is the next step where you are going to be connecting a word with a word, right? Inshallah. Okay, so your word was after off, that is why it was gerund status. What about the word ar-Rahmani? Light, heavy, not applicable. What do you think is the root letter for Rahman? Not applicable. The right answer is not applicable because of al. Because of al, it is not applicable. Okay, now look at this word Rahman. What are the root letters? Ra, Ha, Mim. Very well done, Nujahan, Sister Alina. Very well done. So what is additional? What is ziyada here? There is alif. Al is additional, but in the name Rahman, if I just give you Rahman, what is additional? Alif and Noon is additional. And we will learn that, sometimes there are certain adjectives. There are certain adjectives which end with alif noon. They are also partly flexible. They are also partly flexible. Those adjectives are also partly flexible. Rahman in Indo-Pak is used as a name, as a proper name of people, right? But when we come to Quran, it is a sifa of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a sifa for Lafzul Jalala, Allah. Okay? It's a sifa, it's describing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, isn't it? The extremely merciful. Allah, the extremely merciful. So here goes your example of a follower, Sister Alina. Allah is a noun that is there, and the adjective that is being used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or Lafzul Jalal is Ar-Rahman. Who is Allah? He is the extremely merciful. That is why the word Ar-Rahmani is jar in status. It is the reason for it to be jar in status is, you were thinking where is the follower business coming? Here the word is jar because it is a follower. The third reason for a word to be jar in status, right? Because now it's a description. In Arabic, things are a little different. When you describe someone in English or Urdu, what you do is you use the adjective before the noun, right? So beautiful girl, intelligent boy, right? So adjective is before the noun that you're describing. However, in Arabic, things work other way. Okay. I do not understand. Ism is after Allah. I don't understand this is a sabira. I will get to, if this is a question, I will get to it. Okay, inshallah. Ar-Rahim. What do you think? Light, heavy, not applicable? Not applicable. Okay, very well done. Irrelevant. Yes, it is irrelevant. We are not going to even think about it. So it is not applicable. Your answer is not applicable. Now, this is another example that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only extremely merciful, He is ever merciful. He is ever merciful for some of his slaves. So here again, Lafzul Jalala is being described by Ar-Rahim. So again, the first follower of Lafzul Jalala was Ar-Rahman. The second follower was Ar-Rahim. Everyone with me so far? Or is it too hard? Alhamdulillah. Okay. So the point I said, Alhamdulillah brings me to Alhamdu. So what is Alhamdu? Yes. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdu, irrelevant. Everyone with me? Okay, very well done. So again, lillahi. How many words? Here I'm going to write not applicable for all my sisters who are going to watch this video or not live in session. Okay, very well done. So there are 2 words. Li, we are not learning properties of harf yet. We will go there one day, inshallah, but we are doing ism. So Allah, Lafzul Jalala. What's the status here? Jar. Do you think there is anything that can make it jar? What do you think here? Lillahi is jar because of the preposition. Yes, now you got it. Alhamdulillah. So don't pay attention to each and every word, inshallah, and things will be super duper easy. And that is the job here. I'm trying, but it's only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can help, because that's why I always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wahlul uqdatam min lisani, untie the knot of my tongues, yafqahu qawli, so that they may understand me. So may Allah help us, and make this matter easy for myself and for all of you, inshallah. And this course becomes a source of increase in iman for all of you, and for myself, number one, because I need it the most, I think. Okay, now everyone is with me. Li is your preposition. Your word Allah, lafzul jalala, is jar in status because of li. So remember the 3 reasons for the word to be jar in status. Can somebody type those 3 reasons? Everyone should give me 1 reason at least in class. Everyone. 1 reason should come from everyone. Possession, yes. After off word, yes. Very well done. Sister Ranaz, Hina, after off. Number 1 is after off. If it is followed by a preposition, if it's a follower word, and we found, alhamdulillah, all examples today in our today's session for a word to be jar in status, right? Alhamdulillah. So now comes your Rabbil Alameen. Rabbi. Light, heavy, not applicable. What do you think? Light. Okay, very well done. We cannot say, it's not applicable. It is applicable here. So Rabbil Alamina. So Rabbil Alamina. So now when you find something light, what should come to your mind? What should come to your mind? CCMP, CCMP. Only this, if you remember these mnemonics, the way that you are learning, you will never make mistakes. I'm telling you that, inshallah. You will, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you just have to put little effort. You go, you walk towards Allah, Allah comes running towards you. I'm telling you that. This is from my personal experience, okay? And Allah will come. And Allah's help is already there for us. Alhamdulillah. So see, so is it one being called? Rabbi's light because it's one being called? No, it's not. Is it after La? Is it La Rabbi? No. And anyways, La, what does it do to its system? It makes it raf nasb jar. It makes it light and nasb status, right? It gives it fatha. It is not, the 2 C's are out now. Okay. The third one was, if my word is before off, right? Mudaf, it is before off. Is this word before off? And I'm showing you. Yes, that's the reason. Everyone agrees? Because Lord of the worlds. So Rabbi was before off, right? Lord of the worlds. It is your mudaf, and everything stops here, right? Everyone with me so far? The sisters who are not typing, please, one answer from you and I, because this will, I've been, telling you, you are the source of inspiration for others. Sometimes, I've been to classes where, I will be answering just so that, and I'm not, this is, I know very little, but even, I knew something, there were things that I knew, but still I would participate just so that, other people, try to answer as well. And, they get, to understand what needs to be understood. Okay, inshallah. Al-alamina, light, heavy, not applicable. N-A, very well done, Ali. Why and not applicable? Because of al, very well done. So now, al-alamina, it takes me to, because I have, I've been telling you that, we will be reviewing, because I'm not sure if Sister Faiza has put in the announcement for Kahoot that is coming this Saturday, inshallah. So, but inshallah, because that's why we are doing all the revisions time and time again, and and you will be, inshallah, doing your practice during your Kahoot as well. But I hope that she has already made an announcement, because I told her that, this Saturday we will be playing Kahoot, inshallah. So, so if you go to this word al-alamina, status wise, what do you think? What could be the status? Ina? Yes, very well done. So it is an after a word, so it's going to be jar in status. But yes, if you did not know anything, if you were just a student who has just learned his Muslim chart, then what will you say? It could be nasb or jar. It could be nasb or jar. But here it is jar, because it's a word. Jar because for one of the three reasons. It is an after off word, right? After off. It is after off. That is why it is going to be, I will call it jar in status. Okay. So going back to Rabbi a little bit, what do you think? Why is this Rabbi? Why is it with jar? Is it after off? So let's just translate it a little bit. Alhamdu, all praise. Lillahi, belongs to Allah. Rabbil Alameen, who is the Lord of the worlds, follower of Lafzul Jalal. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala introduced himself in Surah Al-Fatiha. Alhamdu Lillahi, it's my proper name, it's the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lafzul Jalala. So now what is Allah? You need to know your Rabb, right? To obey him, to worship him, to have complete tawakkul and reliance on him. You need to know your Rabb, who your Rabb is. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes himself that he is Rabb of the worlds. So this word is jar. This word is jar because it is follower, right? It is not affected by any preposition. There is no preposition right before Rabbi. Can you all see? There's an ism before it, right? So it is follower of Allah, Lafzul Jalala. That is why Rabbi is going to be jar in status. Yes, and mudaf. It's both. It is mudaf and it's also follower. Okay. It is light because it is mudaf. It is light because it is mudaf. It is jar in status because it is following Lafzul Jalala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is now wanting you to know who he is, right? Okay. Now comes your Ar-Rahman. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing himself. Yes, it is the first thing that we need to attempt is it light, heavy? Not applicable. Yes, it is not applicable. Yeah. So light, heavy business does not apply when there is al. Now, this is again jar because this is another description for Lafzul Jalala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not only the Lord of the worlds, he's not only the Khaliq, Malik, Mudabbir, Mun'im, but he is also Ar-Rahman. He is the extremely merciful. Then again, Ar-Rahim, the same rule applies here. Okay, that it is Ar-Rahman is not Ar-Rahim here again, it is not applicable. And again, it is jar because it is a follower. Okay, come to word Malik. Light, heavy? Light. When you see light, what is the mnemonic that starts, blinking in your mind now? CCMP. CCMP. So is it one being called? Is there ya before it? No, right? There's no ya before it. Is this categorical negation? Is this la before it? No. So that's out the window too. Is this word before of? Let me see if it is before of. Yes, right? Sovereign of day afternoon, right? So it is mudaf. Again, your word is light because it is from CM. It is because of mudaf. It is one being possessed as a word before your of, which is going to be always light. Okay, everyone with me so far? Alhamdulillah. What do you think is giving this word jar status? No preposition before, right? There is nothing, Malik, the jar status is coming because it is again a description for Lafzul Jalala, right? It's a follower. You understood? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Rabb of the world, who is Ar-Rahman, the extremely merciful, who is Ar-Rahim, the ever merciful. His mercy does not have a beginning. His mercy does not have an end. It's always there. It will be there. It was there, right? Got it? Then comes Malik. He is the sovereign. He is the sovereign. Another description for Lafzul Jalal. So it is jar because it is again a follower. Okay. Then comes your word yom, light or heavy or not applicable. Light. Okay. Got it. CCMP. CCMP. So what should I write under L? Should I write C, or M, P, what? No munada. I should write M, Sister Zora. I am going to take your word. Sister Zora and Sister Samina, I am going to write M because you said so. I totally agree. It is your before of word, and I am going to call it M, and this is the reason for it to be right. Okay. Now comes your why do you think this word is with kasra, yom? Why is this word with kasra? What's the status of yom? Very well done. Yes, it is J. It's jar in status, yomi. Now think, Maliki yomi, sovereign of the day. Sovereign of the day. Okay. So it is because yom is going to be kasra. The question is, why does this word is ending with kasra? So this is the word. Now think about when you are thinking about your jar status, what are the three things that come to your mind? Now you don't think about CCMP. Now you are going to think about after of, preposition, follower. It is after of, as Noor Jahan has said. Very well done. No, it is light because it is mudaf, but it is jar because it is after of. When you come to your status, when you come to your jar status, the three reasons for jar, after of, preposition, follower. Very well done, Alina. And you keep on writing it for others. If you have memorized, you text it, you type it in the chat for others to memorize. Okay, inshallah. Now comes your ad-din. What is ad-din? Light, heavy, not applicable. Why yomi is M? Okay, I will explain that in a minute. So first of all, it's not applicable, right? Ad-din, here it is not applicable because of presence of al. Everyone with me so far? When al is there, light, heavy does not apply. Light, heavy does not apply. Now, your status of ad-din is jar. Why? Three reasons. Other than Alina and Maryam, who is going to, yes, very well done, Sister Zohra. AO, yes, AO is good too, after all. Very well done. So number two reason for word to be jar. One is after all. Number two is, if you can just give me one letter after, yeah, if it is after preposition, and number three is the follower. Okay. So ad-din is after off. Everyone agrees, because there is day of the repayment, right? After all. So there was a question here. Let me go to that question. That why yomi is. Let me see. How can I find that question? Yeah, why is it mudaf, dear? Can you see that this word is yom? Yom is coming before of here. It's a word before of. Your before of word is mudaf. It's the one that is possessed. The day is possessed by the repayment. Is it clear or no? Okay, I hope this is clear. Alhamdulillah. Okay, now comes your okay. Iyaka, for now I'm skipping. Nabudu, we are not doing fail yet. Wa, we are not learning harf yet. Ihdina, I'm going to skip for now. As-sirata. Yes, again, it is not applicable. And what is the status of as-sirat here? Nasbin status. Ihdina, you guide us. Where do you guide us? So you guide us to the straight path. So what is it telling you? This is Nasbin status because it's a detail, right? It's a detail. It's giving you a detail where to guide. Alhamdulillah. Al-Mustaqim, not applicable. What is Al-Mustaqim doing here? Why is this in Nasb status? Yes, it's Nasbin status because the follower. What kind of a path? Path could be crooked. It could be bumpy. It could be curvy. It could be flat. There could be many paths, right? There are many paths in front of us. Every day when you wake up, you have an option, right? Of praying Fajr or not, praying Tahajjud or not. You are, these paths are always in front of you. They are not tangible, but in an intangible way. The path is there always in every morning, but you choose, right? And who helps you choose the right path? Who do you think? Who helps you in the morning when you pray Fajr? It is all because of you, because you are very pious or righteous. Allah, He helps you choose the right way, right? So it's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who guides you to, and you have to ask for this guidance every day. Keep that in mind, okay? So Al-Mustaqim is Nas because it's a follower, okay? And everywhere you will see no, it's not jar. Al-Mustaqima is Nasbin status. It is Nasbin status. Your word by default should be what in status? By default, your word is Raf in status. But this is Nasbin status because it is a follower of a sirat. It is describing what path I want. Okay? A sirat was Nas because it was detail. But Al-Mustaqim is Nas because it's a follower of a sirat, because here we are seeing the description. We are seeing an adjective for a sirat. In Arabic, job is simple. Everything is under ism. You don't have to go here and there. You just follow one thing. You don't need to worry about anything else, okay? So now comes your sirata. This is interesting, girls. Okay, this is light. Everyone agrees? Alina, Nurjahan, Mariam, Roxana, Faiza, this is Zohra and Ranaz, Huma are all saying this is light. And I agree with you all, okay? Now, when you have light word, which mnemonic is, blinking in your mind? Very well done. CCMP. So what are you going to tell me? Is it C, another C, the second C, or M, or P? Alhamdulillah, this is your M, right? Path of those, because it's mudaf, because it's before of word, right? Now, when you see, this is again, this path is again the follower of the path that you have just seen, that the path is straight. And what is the straight path? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us the description. So again, this is Nasbin status because it's a follower, because you are being provided with additional details. First, you learned the path should be straight, but now for some, it could be just straight in a tangible way, like, very straight road. But Straight, does it mean that a straight road here or straight street here? The street we can easily get on with our cars and it's not very bumpy. We are talking about an intangible path here, isn't it? The path that takes us to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing, giving us additional details here. So that's why the sirata is also nasb status, because it's a follower, and you are going to learn all these follower business very soon, inshallah. So let's just go to al-lazina. What do you all think about al-lazina? Light, heavy, not applicable, what? Okay, so it is, I'm not going to go into detail of that. So it's not applicable, so I'm not even thinking about it. What's the status? What should be the status of al-lazina? So Maryam says this is jar in status. What about the rest of you? Yes, it could be roughness jar. It could be all three. It's a non-flexible word, right? It does not show its status. So it's non-flexible, and so but here, if you look at this, if you look at the word, al-lazina is after off. So what do you think? Jar, because it is, yes, it is jar because it is after off, right? 3 reasons for jar. Always keep that in mind. If your word is jar in status, it could be because of after off. Here it's very clear, of those, right? So off is before, is after off word, so it's going to be after, the reason is after off. Okay, now I have an amta alayhim. So him, what do you think? Just I know we have not gone into that much detail. Him is also, no, I'm not going to ask you that one. Okay, what about al-maghdub? Al-maghdub, light, heavy, or not applicable? Not applicable. Okay, and we will go to the last word because I have to take this question from Sister Sabira. Ad-dallin. What is that? Light, heavy, not applicable. Okay, so we will keep it like to that, and I will ask Sister Sabira to unmute herself if she, I see a question from her. Sorry, I have to go back there. I had a question, sorry, but late. Okay, so Sabra, you can unmute yourself and please come on the mic, please.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum assalam wa barakatuh.
So can you hear me, Saima?
Yes, I can hear you, sister.
Yeah. So Maliki Yawmiddin, here Malik will be the mudaf of Yawm, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And also Yawm is mudaf ilayh, if you see. And then Yawm is also acting as a mudaf of Deen, right?
Yes. It's a idafa chain. Yes.
So Yawm is acting as mudaf and mudaf ilayh both.
Yes, it is both.
Okay. Yeah, just wanted to confirm that. Okay, jazakallah.
Vayyaki. So for the rest of my sisters, inshallah, we will be knowing all these heavy terminology, mudaf, mudaf ilayh. We will be learning this very, very soon, inshallah. And I am running out of time. I did not even go to what I was supposed to teach you today. We just spent, alhamdulillah, a lot of time in our review. But I think, alhamdulillahi ala kulli hal. With that, I will end my session. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. May Allah forgive me for any mistake that I make during this session or ever in my life. And may Allah keep you all safe. Jazakallah khair.